Hello, and welcome to my video on transferring files from your computer to your EC2 instance on the Amazon AWS cloud. Over here, I have a file called my test file, and it just contains the text hello world. I want to move this file to my EC2 instance. In order to do that, I'll have to log into the instance. So, by logging into the instance, we're not going to do it through SSH, but rather through a protocol called SCP. SCP is basically SSH for files. In other words, instead of typing in SSH-I my key file.pem followed by EC2-user at my IP on Amazon.com. Well, AMazon.aws.com. So you won't be typing that. Instead, it's going to be very similar. It's going to be scp-i mykeyfile.pem. You still need the key file to access your instance in this manner. Because if it wasn't for the key file, then anyone could just transfer files into your instance, and then that would be unauthorized. Then you'll type in the source of your file. So that'll be my test file.txt. And then here, it's going to be my virtual machine, the EC2 instance. But then I'm going to add a colon. And then I'm going to type in that. That tilde is just the home directory. It could be anything. I could have typed my home directory of my web site, my web project. So let's all put this into implementation now that we know how the design works. So scp-i. Now, guys, there is a guide here. I'm going to put it on the YouTube description. It's basically the same thing that I'm describing, but you're going to see me do it in action. So I'm going to get my key. It's going to be my test keypair.pem because I'm going to be accessing that instance. There we go. Now I just need the source file. This is the source file right here. I'm going to copy that as path. All right, and now I need the destination. Now, how do I do that? Well, I'm going to have to send into the console for that. So let me duplicate this tab, return to the console, sign in. So now that I'm signed in, I'm going to go to EC2, instances, my test instance, and then I'm going to get the public IP v4 DNS here. So I'm going to copy that. But remember, you're going to have to log in as a user, right? So that's only for SSH. For the actual destination, let's see what the guide says, right? So it says, of course, you're going to have to add the EC2-user because it's going to be your user directory, not the root directory. And so we'll type in EC2-user because that's my username, and then yes. That did not go according to plan. I'm not actually too sure what I did there. So let's go ahead and try it again. But this time, we're gonna remove the formatting here. So let's go ahead and paste that there. I don't think anything happened. Let's remove the HTTPS here. Okay, so it says the system. Yeah, right, because I forgot to do the colon there. And now I'm going to just type in this. To demonstrate that this actually works, I'm just going to press enter. And so we could see that it transferred because we got this. This is the status of the file. That's the %. That's the speed. And that's the size of the file right there. And that's how much time it took. let's actually log into the instance now. SSH-I. I'm gonna use this key pair right here, this private key. Let me go ahead and give space there. Then gonna use this as my login. All right, there we go. So as you can see, my test file.txt is there. But let's say I want to transfer another file. Then I'll do my test file 2 in this case. And so we can see that it doesn't exist. So I'm gonna do the SCP protocol to go ahead and transfer that. So I'm gonna copy this over here. But instead of copying, let's see how it's done right from scratch, right? Of course, we're gonna have to do this from here. That's why it's not showing up. But it doesn't show up anyway. So SCP-I, and then the key, which was over here. Followed by the, now look, you can use quotes or not quotes. I don't have to use quotes because my file doesn't contain any spaces, but if it does contain spaces, you're gonna want to use quotes. Okay, my test file 22, copy as path. So that's the source. And then my destination is gonna be over here. Okay, so once again, there's no my test file 22 there yet. Once I transfer this, I will have it. So this is PowerShell in my local computer, and this is the EC2. And so we type in ls, and there we go. It's right there. So it got transferred completely. And if we do nano my test file 22.txt, you can see it says hello world, which is exactly what was expected. So that's how you use SCP to transfer files. It's very easy. It's very straightforward. I think the guide is very informative as well. So if you want, you could go ahead and follow this guide. It's almost the same thing. All right, guys. Well, if you like this video, make sure to go ahead and click the like button. Comment if you have any general things to say. And make sure to subscribe for more content like this, because I'll be putting on more videos on AWS. I'll see you on the next one.